احنا دابا مع جامعة في تورونتو في كندا. غادي نتكلموا مع الممثلة ديالها، غادي تعطينا يعني تجاوبنا على الأسئلة ديالنا بخصوص هذه الجامعة وكيفاش هذه الجامعة يعني يقدروا يستافدوا منها التلاميذ المغاربة.
Hi, my name is Mélanie Doyon. I represent Collège Borial, which is a French language institution in Ontario. Our campuses are spread out in Ontario. Our main campus is in Sudbury, which is about 4 hours north of Toronto, and we also have a campus in Toronto, which is the largest city in Canada. All of our programs are offered in French. However, Ontario being a bilingual and mostly Anglophone province, students have the advantage of being able to improve their English language skills when they study with us. They will also learn English terminology in their program of choice. So we have 4 faculties, one business and social services, one in health, one in environment, one in technology and trades. So, and we have about 76 programs or so in those fields.
Okay, so I still remember last year when I was here, I saw you. Were you successful recruiting students last year?
Yes, we were successful recruiting Moroccan students, and they succeed quite well at Collège Borial. We're always happy to have Moroccan students at Collège Borial. Some are at our Toronto campus and some are in Sudbury. Now, an interesting thing about our college is it's fairly small, so ratio for teacher to students is about 1 to 14. So it's small classes. For an international student, you have to think about arriving in a new country. Everything is new. So when you're in a small class, at least you get to know your classmates quite well, and also the professors. So it's very individualized learning, and success rates are very high.
There's no point in talking about the advantages of studying in Canada, but there is always this issue of the visa. What do you do as a university to make it easy for Moroccan students?
Okay, well that's an excellent question, because there's always the first step is always the admission in a Canadian institution, and then there's obtaining the study permit. It's true that not 100% of applicants get their study permit. However, if all the steps are respected, it's very possible for a Moroccan student to get a study permit. I have possibilities to offer help for study permits. And I guide students to say, okay, don't forget to put this in your study permit, this and this and this, and I can review it before it is submitted. However, Immigration Canada, IRCC, has the final word, and nobody can guarantee a study permit for our students. But if they work hard, they follow the strict criteria established by the Government of Canada, it's certainly possible.
Canada is not one of the countries where every Moroccan would go and be comfortable living there. You know, it's costly. So do you think that is a problem for Moroccan students? Do you think there are ways of helping students, for example, you know, giving them opportunities to work a couple of hours a week or a day?
It's true that studies in Canada are not accessible to everyone. You do have to have the financial resources to study in Canada. Cost of living can be high. Some cities it's more expensive than others. So you really have to think about it and make sure that your family can afford it. The student is coming to study. That's our first priority. However, the study permit will allow the student to work up to 20 hours a week. As a student advisor, I tell students, when you arrive, take a few months to just to adapt, see what the schedule is like, if you have any free time. If yes, we will certainly help you to find employment, if that's what you want. However, your studies cannot suffer if you decide to work. So you have to be able to make sure you achieve your goals.
The last question is, what would you say to Moroccans considering Canada as a country of studies? What would you say to them, and if you could look at the camera?
Now, if you don't mind, I'll say it in French, because we are a French language institution. Donc, les étudiants et étudiantes marocains, je vous encourage à explorer vos options. Il y a beaucoup de différents programmes et institutions qui existent au Canada. Il y a peut-être des domaines que vous ne connaissez pas qui pourraient éventuellement vous passionner. Faites vos recherches. Assurez-vous que vous avez un garant financier qui peut assurer votre bien-être pendant vos études au Canada. Et dernièrement, je vous dis de rêver grand parce que tout est possible.
All right, thank you very much for this opportunity.